everything that I've built and everything that I poured this energy into just could be completely gone. What's good, my homages? Welcome back to another video. This video is going to be a little bit different from my normal content because, well, I'm going to try and dig my way out of financial ruin. I had 2 phone interviews, haven't heard anything back, so I'm trying to dig my way out of this feeling of, existential dread and doom, impending doom, the negative emotions that my mind wants to revert to, because every morning, I've really touched on this week. I haven't really vlogged a lot since I've been back from Florida. We got back almost a week ago, so probably like 5 or 6 days ago, and I've been trying to figure out a game plan on how to dig myself out of my situation. So I have a game plan today. This morning and last night I spent editing a video. I've been working really hard on my artistic ventures, I don't know, words aren't wording today. On my projects, I guess is what I'm trying to say, right? So I edited a video this morning. I think I have 2 Florida vlogs to edit, and then all that's caught up. I have a sit-down video to edit. I have another video that when I came back home I have to edit, so I have like 4 or 5 videos still to edit. And then I'm starting this vlog, so why not just fill up my plate even more? But the thing about content creation is it doesn't have to be perfect, especially when it comes to your life in real time, is what I'm trying to tell myself, because I know it's the truth. And I've never seen anybody do this publicly online. I'm just gonna try and figure out how to dig my way out of this. I listed some stuff of my personal items for sale to get some money. Today I'm probably going to do Instacart, so this is game plan. I gotta back up the bus because sometimes I get a little bit carried away. Yes, I woke up like this. Number 1, I'm gonna walk and move my body. I'm also fasting today. I'm gonna fast social media and I'm gonna fast food. Not because I'm starving myself, but to get closer to God. I'm not boasting about it. That's just what I'm doing. Edited a video this morning. That's uploading right now. I'm gonna go for a walk. And then we're gonna go to a cafe. Can I afford coffee? No, but I need to get out of my environment so I don't sit here and ruminate on shit that I can't control. So I'm gonna do some admin work. I'm gonna maybe work on my website. I'm gonna put in some more job applications. I might edit some content. I'm gonna post on Patreon. And then we're gonna see how the shopper thing looks for, I almost said Shopify, for Instacart. So it's a way that I can make quick cash and kind of get some money to foot my bills, so to speak. So tomorrow's the impending doom of calling credit institutions and asking for an extension on my payments. They might deny it, but it's worth a shot, because what do I have to lose at this point? Everything. So I'm trying to keep my head up. I'm trying to stay positive, and yeah, let's go for a walk.
Constantly thinking about finite our family. That has become so obvious to me. I'm thinking, I want to biggest challenge in life. It has to be what people need, not what you want to do. It was fascinating to learn about people practically. Or, I was abused as a child.
It is not very happy with me.
If I stay home, how we will sing. You just give the in me like one of your French guys. You little stinky thing.
Mama's gotta go make that bread. Someone gotta do it. Okay, so I'm at the coffee shop and I pulled up the Instacart app and there's nothing in my radius, so to speak. So with that being said, I'm gonna go inside of the coffee shop and hope there's something afterwards, but I don't know if Rochester's really gonna be a good area. We'll see. It's supposed to rain this afternoon as well, so as long as I apply for jobs and do my part here. I've been wrestling with anxiety and discouragement, and I just wanted to be open about that because I'm not just gonna sit here and put a smile on my face and act like everything's okay. So I was driving and I saw this Kemp's truck and it said good things come around, and when I saw that message I just instantly teared up because I'm like, I'm not a bad person, man. I'm not a bad person. Why? So yeah, I'm a little bit down in the dumps about my situation, but I just gotta stay positive. I'm gonna go inside and get some admin work done and apply for some jobs, so. Alright, so Instacart is not working. I got some editing done on a video. I didn't apply for any jobs. It was very ironic because I texted my friend Jason this morning to fast with me, and he was oddly in the same cafe, so I was just like, my mind was blown. It's funny how God works, but yeah, I went online for Instacart, and yeah, there's no batches available, so it's like, Godspeed, bro, you know? Check it one more time. I had this genius idea. I was like, I'm gonna get on Instacart and I'm gonna make extra money. It also is a Thursday. Still refreshing. So I don't know. I'm not gonna sit here and wait all day, so I'm gonna go offline. And maybe it's because shop one batch. Yeah, I don't have my physical card either, so I think that that's what's screwing me over. So I'm just gonna go offline and I'm gonna go home, apply for some jobs, and then edit some content and probably work on my painting. That's about all I can really do today, so yeah, I don't know. I am so frustrated. Everything. Including my failure to start this song to even sound good, so just gonna do my best today because shit's heavy. Yeah, yeah! Please don't hurt yourself again. Alright, we're gonna start this over. Sorry, I had to let that out. The inner needs to come out. What it all comes down to is that I haven't got it figured out. I can't get that part. Okay, so we're gonna talk about today. I went to the coffee shop and I felt super discouraged, and I came home and I was it was in a really bad headspace, and on the way home I cried and I let out my emotions, and I was just super emotional, and I was like, you know what? Let it rain, because I really don't cry much these days anymore. I used to cry all the time, but not really lately. And I think a lot of that has to do with not allowing myself to feel my emotions, which is very odd because I've never been like this before until 2025 hit. I think it was the year that's, I'll be talking about this in another video, that has shaped me the most. And I cannot even put into words how hard it was. Oh my God. And it's following me into 2026. And I want to have a better year. I want to stay positive. I know my potential. I know my worth. But I'm human. I get stuck in these loop cycles. And I think a lot of it was a mixture between fasting and just being overly tired. I don't know why I was so tired, but I'm fasting and so I'm hungry. Like, the hunger isn't too bad yet, but like, it's subsiding to where, I really want a snack, or see a food commercial on TV. Like, you don't really learn to appreciate food until you fast, and you're like, dang, that cheeseburger looks good, even though it's food that you don't eat. Or like vegetables, your mouth is just watering. I have one more day of fasting. I want to do like a 48-hour fast. I keep like going back on my phone and hopping back on social media, which is another thing that I'm fasting from. This morning I wasn't good about it, and then I decided, hey, I'm gonna do this fast, so not tomorrow but the morning after I'm allowed to check social media. So I'm gonna be staying off like Instagram, TikTok. Those are like the main ones. YouTube, I am watching long form content because there's some motivational content on there that is helping me get through some of these really hard emotions. And I had a choice, you know, and I was kind of in this process of just beating myself up. And I just have to say, and kind of toot my own horn a little bit, it takes a lot of strength to show up when you don't want to. And I don't wanna. I thought about scrapping this video. And that is one thing about me. Like, when I was watching this one video today, or I guess listening, this guy was interviewing billionaires, right? And he's like, how did you become a billionaire? What got you success? And there's a lot of guys who didn't want to talk to this young guy. He was probably maybe 20, or he was very early 20s. And there were a lot of people who didn't want to talk to him. And then this one guy standing on like this $50 million yacht. And he's like, hey, how did you get rich? Or how did you become a millionaire? How much did your yacht cost you? And the guy gave him the time of day. Well, lo and behold, this man was a car salesman. Well, of course he's going to talk to him. He's in the business of negotiating, like, hey, he's a salesman, not saying that billionaires aren't, but like face-to-face interaction. And I listened to this interview. I'll drop a link down below for the full interview or whatever, if I remember. But one thing that it really opened up my eyes to see, like where one of my weaknesses and then one of my strengths, I'm gonna name both of them out. One of my weaknesses, especially ever since I lost my mom, like I've always been an introvert, and I know that things are like the stories you tell yourself, but like it's my capacity as a human being. I don't like to be around a lot of people. I don't like to sell myself. I don't like that, like in person interactions, which is, you know, as an artist, it's one of the things I've struggled because I don't want to like push my stuff onto people, you know what I mean? And so I was having this hard time over the last 2 summers, like selling myself, and I really tried hard this year to come out of my shell. Those are a couple of my weaknesses. I'm not afraid to admit that. But one of my biggest strengths, because I was like, well, I don't really have a persistent personality about me. Yes, I do. It's getting on here and posting anyway, even though I don't have the views. It's getting on here and posting even though I don't want to. It's getting on here and posting about the hard shit and being really honest about this stuff. It takes a lot of strength and tenacity, and I allowed myself to sit in the silence, and I was just really talking to God. I was like, you're silent in my life. I don't know where you're taking me. I don't know where you're guiding me. I trust you, but I'm scared. I'm angry. I'm frustrated. I'm tired. I don't know what to do. What do you want me to do? And this is a question I've been asking for weeks. What do you want me to do? I don't have an answer. The only thing that I can continue to do is to keep showing up. And I sat on the couch and I sat in silence, and I didn't realize, like, when I allow myself to sit in the presence of God, and that's in like the silence is what I mean by that, to hear things, that's when answers come to you. Sorry if you hear my furnace kick on. Thankful to have heat in my house, okay? Thank you, Jesus. But one of the things I realize is when I do that, I get really tired. And I finally allowed my body to rest, because I'll go, and people are like, I don't know how you have all this energy. Listen, I got dreams to chase, things to do. Do I have a strategy? The only strategy I got is showing up. And what I got is what I got. And I'm gonna do the best that I can. And that's all that I can do as far as social media content creation goes. And one of my strengths is my persistence in showing up on this platform. I am very persistent about that, and I'm not quitting. I feel like it a lot of times. Today I reached that point. I was like, what's the point? You know, I got really negative. And when I'm like that, I really shut down around people around me. And it's not the fact that I'm avoidant, it's the fact of not feeling emotionally safe to feel this stuff that I'm going through, because I'm protecting myself from stupid comments. I'm protecting myself from unsolicited advice. I'm protecting myself from judgment. It's a very vulnerable time in my life. Like, I feel like I'm walking through life naked. Like, that's the best way that I can describe it right now. But I did have a couple of batches come through Instacart at like 8 o'clock tonight. I was like, it's 8 o'clock. Like, there's creepers out in the world. I don't want to be delivering stuff as a woman at frickin' 8 o'clock at night. And it just wasn't worth $20 to drive half an hour one way and then come back home. So, and I don't know if there were more batches. So, yeah, I'll try it again tomorrow night or evening. I noticed things pick up usually in the evening, so I'm gonna try that. But dude, what a messy season of life. I'm still optimistic, even though I want to be a pessimist about it. I'm still optimistic that things are gonna work out, because I know that. I think what bothers people when they're going through a hard season like this is the how. If you're a how person like me and you're always wondering why or how something is the way it is, like I ask a lot of questions in my mind because I'm an observer, and it's a strength and it's also a weakness because I don't know how. I just know that, I don't know, I'll stumble across it somehow. I was singing earlier. I sing through my microphone and I play music on my speaker, and some people might laugh at me for that, and I have a separate YouTube channel for my music. I don't talk about it a lot. I do have vocal ability. I'm not trained. I have potential though, and that's one of the things that I've been practicing. And even though it's not perfect, I'm still posting on there. And it's not to get likes, it's not to get views. It's because it's been a really positive outlet for me to build my confidence, to get better at singing on the live mic. Because there's a lot of people that'll do like 20 takes or more, and they'll piece a song together. I don't want that. I want it the raw stuff. Like, that is me. I like to make things raw, just like come straight from the heart. And I post it because what do I have to lose? Like, that's kind of like Tyler the Creator. This like popped up in my mind today. I don't know why I'm talking about this, but Tyler the Creator was posting, and I don't remember who it was that discovered him, but this guy had like really low views on his videos, and then someone stumbled across him, and like his life just transformed from there. And I'm not saying that's what's gonna happen to me, but one of my dreams is to become a metal vocalist, and I've been working on my breath work and screaming and all of that stuff. And I'm not talking about this to boast, but music has really been one of the things that has been making me sane or keep sanity throughout this process, because I'm able to just release. And I got to a place yesterday and today, like, I'm pretty confident now on the mic, but there's times where I get really insecure and I'm like, that sounds like shit. And I have to remind myself that I'm not doing it to like sound good. Like, yeah, that's important, but I'm doing it because it's an emotional release. I am channeling grief through music. So that being said, oh, my neck just cracked. I'm filming a video, so I have to practice. I have to practice playing guitar tonight, so that's what I'm gonna be doing. And I just edited a video, even though I didn't want to. I did. I have three videos to edit, and then I'm filming this vlog, so I think that makes 4. So, and then I have the stuff that I'm creating for my music channel. But yeah, despite things not working out and things not showing numbers, screw the numbers, I'm just gonna keep showing up, because that's all I can do at this point. Blessing from the Lord. I don't know what happened there. I didn't hit any buttons. You're from England? Very nice. So you're across the pond. Good deal. Hello from the US. Alright, so I'm in the car. This is not the best angle, but I'm heading to one of my surrounding cities to do an Instacart order. And I was going to talk about this morning, but I don't really have a lot of time to talk right now. Well, I don't know, words aren't wording. I'm kind of a little bit chop suey, my brain is, so I don't know, God laid it upon my heart to quit coffee today, so I'm just feeling very lethargic and tired. It's probably not the best day to go and do an Instacart order, but I need to make stuff happen quickly. I need to create some kind of income for myself, and so I'm just gonna do it. It's one of the less busier times. It's about 1:30 p.m. and so everyone's still at work and stuff like that, so I don't foresee it being too crazy there. So it's like, well, it's a good time to do this. So I did Instacart when I lived in New Jersey, and I did have a full-time job, was going to college full-time. Honestly, don't know how I managed all of that on top of a relationship at the time, but I was like, well, if I could do it then, I can do it now. And I did a follow-up email for the one job that I wanted, and I haven't heard anything back, so this is my swift kick in the ass to make something happen, at least gain something to pay like my phone bill or something. So it's not fun, it's very humbling, it's kind of a kick in the imaginary wiener. So let's see how this goes today. wind is blinding me. That took way longer than I wanted to anticipate, but I didn't know where anything was in this freaking store because I never shop here. So it went okay, not bad. I just was really good at communication with this lady. Now I have to figure out where she lives. So that's the next step of this process. Navigate. See where this lady lives. What the heck? Where does she live? Oh. She lives not too far from me. I have to drive a half hour with this stuff. That sucks. It is what it is, I guess. On to venture to the journey. Alright, I'm not quite sure that was worth $26 because it took me about 2 hours and then I had to drive it 30 minutes. So I had to drive one way 30 minutes, drive another way 30 minutes, now I have to drive another 15 minutes back. I just don't know if it was worth it. There's a batch available for $31. It's only 5 items and they only want to offer me a $2 tip. Bro, I'm driving. I don't know. I might just do it just because. Why not? I don't know if I have to come back this way or what the deal is. Oh. Just kidding. What the hell? I'm not doing that order. Are they nuts? They want me to get something from Cashwise and drop it all the way off in Rochester. I am not accepting that order. Oh my god. Nope, not doing that.
In the presence of bringing especially a narcissist. So then what's the so absolutely learn about red flags? Learn about what shouldn't be present. But just as important to each of them, they don't waste the way they feel, the way they look, the details that others this actually looks like. It's so much easier to explain. Like if you learn about what you deserve, kind.
Oh my lord. Today is giving me whiplash. I was trying to be positive. Today's hitting me, man. Deadlines are coming up. Bills are due next week. And I failed to call companies today because I just feel so stir crazy. Embarrassed. Tomorrow I'm gonna have to check my mailbox and pull the bills out and see how bad it really is. I am not irresponsible like this. I've been trying to do all the right things. I've been trying to apply for jobs. I've been trying to be positive and put my best foot forward. And I'm literally just trying to survive and take care of myself right now. This is probably one of the lowest places in my life. I feel this sense of embarrassment because I feel like I shouldn't feel this way, you know, because I'm the person who got myself into this predicament. But all I think about is creating, all I think about is art, all I think about is content creation and making videos. Like, I'm just really struggling. I'm just really struggling with a lot of things, and today just feels heavy. Like, I'm positive most days, but today I'm just, it sucks, man. And I've cried a lot in between video clips because I just need to get this shit out. And it's a lot of grief. And the grief is really heavy. It's not just my finances. It's following and pursuing this dream. Not just the fact that it's not working out how I thought it, oh my god, I can't even talk. I'm just, not just the fact of how it didn't work out in the way that I anticipated, but the fact that everything that I've built and everything that I poured this energy into just could be completely gone. And there's another grief of this feeling of letting my mom down because art was our thing and I ran from it. And like, I just feel like I keep repeating myself, but it's like all of this fucking emotion I poured into all of these pieces, and it's the facing the reality of potentially losing everything I worked for. And I don't want to be crying about this on the internet because I got myself in this situation, but I've put in the work. I don't know what else to do. Like, I woke up this morning and I worked on my painting, and then I streamed, and I did all of these things, and I went and did Instacart, which was a failed attempt. I had this grand idea that I was gonna do Instacart and get all these orders. Well, it's like basically an hour to hour and a half drive. Well, I don't really have gas money. Like, I have some, like a little bit of money left, and I'm gonna use that to buy food because I have to take care of myself. And I know that there's gonna come a day where I'm never gonna forget this place in my life because this fucking sucks. Oh, this sucks. And I don't tell anybody about it because they try and shove false positivity and affirmation bullshit down my throat. And in moments like these, I just want my mom. Yeah, even at 31, that's embarrassing, but I miss her saying like, hey Ty, everything's gonna be fine, it's gonna work out. And I keep telling myself that. It's hard. It's hard to trust and have blind faith when you don't know how something's gonna turn out. And I'm carrying grief. And I'd be lying if I said I wasn't. I'm not filming this for clout. I'm filming this for documentation for maybe a future me that this desert season blows. This sucks. This sucks so hard. God, like every art event last year, it rained at every single one of them. Just about, except like 2 or 3. I can't control the weather. I can't control any of that, but I just feel like no matter what I do, I'm throwing shit at the wall and it's not sticking, and it's the same complaint. I don't know what else to do. And I watched this sermon today with Pastor Stephen Furtick, and there was, I think it was in Philippians. I have the verse here. Something that I wrote down because, like, I'm just really sad about a lot of things because all I want to do is create. I gotta gather myself. It was funny because I was journaling this morning and I said, I don't know what to do. And then I came across this sermon, and Pastor Stephen Furtick's message was, it's okay not to know. And I don't think that that's a coincidence. And I'm going to share a couple of verses. You can click off if you want to, if this isn't your thing, but these really helped me today. It said, I am torn between the two. I desire to depart and be with Christ, which is better by far. So it's like Paul was in this season of tugging. And then Philippians 1:22 says,
if I am going to go on living in the body, this will mean fruitful labor for me, yet what I shall choose I do not know.
I can't even talk.
If I am to go on living in the body, this will mean fruitful labor for me, yet shall...
Oh my god, I'm irritated with myself. If I am to go on living in the body, this will mean fruitful labor for me, yet what shall I choose? I do not know. And I came across this one on my own today. I said, I press on toward the goal for the prize of the upward call of God in Christ Jesus. Let those of us who are mature think this way. And if anything you think otherwise, God will reveal that also to you. Only let us hold true to what we have attained. And these help me in a way because it's pressing on and it's showing up despite the unknown. And I could sit in a ball and I could cry, and I'd be lying if I said I wasn't negative as shit about this, because I go in between, like, I'm upbeat and I'm positive. Like, the best way that I can describe what I'm going through right now feels like a really bad breakup. It feels like a breakup. And for those of you who've been through a breakup, it's those emotions of grieving what it could have been. And that's how I feel about my YouTube channel, my artwork, and I know it's not going to be like this forever. It's just the feeling of right now, and I know that things will turn around, but sometimes it would be nice to have my mom here to be like, hey, you got this. I don't need toxic positivity. I just need someone to be like, hey, I see how hard you're working, you got this. And it's challenging, because what I'm carrying is heavy and not everybody has the capacity to hear that, you know. I'm gonna probably sign up for Uber Eats tomorrow. I gotta try something. And then I think weekends are pretty much hot spots as far as orders go for groceries. But one thing this fast has opened up my eyes to, I think I mentioned this before in this video, is the feeling of gratitude. Like, you can know you're grateful for food, you can know you're grateful for coffee, but like, I legitimately was hungry for it, and it was tempting, and it reminded me of temptation, of like, you know, walking away from old things or giving up a habit. It's tempting to go back to it sometimes, and that's what food and coffee, like removing that from my life for a couple of days, has really like not taught me but reminded me. And food is a blessing. To have food in the cupboards is a blessing, and I'm not shoving false positivity down your throat. I'm just saying that it is a gift to have food, and it just reminded me of how much of a blessing that is, you know? I went Instacart shopping, and I was like frustrated, like doing these orders, and I was like, oh, I just want to get the right stuff. I don't want to screw anything up, because it means a lot to me to do a good job. And I was looking at all these freaking condiments, and they had like dead ass, I can't tell you how many brands of barbecue sauce. It was like a wall of barbecue sauce, and I'm like, oh my god, like, we have so many choices and so many options, especially in America. And I was like, can we just have Sweet Baby Ray's or something and call it a day? Like, it just opened my eyes up to so much today. And I delivered groceries to a lady that I had a feeling she wasn't capable. Her husband came out and got the groceries, but she sent me a 5-star review and was like, thank you so much for everything. So like, what I did today didn't not mean anything. It just really sucks, because I was like, oh, well, I'll do like Instacart for 8 hours a day. Well, it's not like that where I live. It's very slim pickings as far as orders go, because I don't live in a big city. And it also opened up my eyes to just really remind me of how limited I am in this container, like how limited I am in Minnesota. There's not a lot of opportunities where I live, so it's just a lot of grief I'm carrying. And I wished I could be positive and upbeat in these videos and bring you back to my normal videos, but it's my life. I'm documenting it, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it. This blows, and I know it's going to turn around, and I know I'm going to have one hell of a story to tell, but you know what? There's moments where I cry, and I do get weak, and I am human. I'm not a robot, you know, and I'm not going to come on here and pretend like I am. So, Jesus, take the wheel, man. I don't share a lot of my faith on my channel, but I'm getting into the word and reading stuff because it's the only thing that's keeping me fucking sane besides music. So anyways, with that being said, I'm gonna end the video here. I got some adult things to do tomorrow, and I don't need to be vlogging while I'm trying to sort all of that mess and chaos out. So if you watch to the end of this, please drop me a comment down below. I really do appreciate you. Please don't think that it doesn't go unnoticed. If I don't respond right away to a comment, it's because I'm trying to keep myself sane. I'm trying to just survive. So I appreciate each and every one of you, and I hope you have a wonderful day, year, month, whatever your path you're on, and I hope something good happens to you today. Till next time, my homages. Peace out.